Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Newmarket Racecourse here on Saturday. It's the 10th of October 2020. Gonna look at the stakes races on the program from Newmarket, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for racecourses around the world. We're gonna look at the stakes races, and my God, we have quite a few of them to look at. Races 2, 3, 4, and 7. So the 145, the 220, the feature 255, the Dewhurst, and the 7th race, which is the 450. We're not going to look at the Cesar, which is race 6, but which is a very exciting race to watch. But to handicap, it's just like throwing darts at the wall. Rather look at the champion bumper, which I despise. If you're wondering right now if I'm going to be looking at the champion bumper on the Wednesday of Cheltenham, that is no. I never look at it. I like watching it, but I hate handicapping it, along with the Cesar, But let's get to the stakes action. The second race, the 145 for Newmarket, which is the Group 3 Zetland Stakes. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse $62,500, race for 2-year-olds here. 8 of them are going 2,000 meters, or a mile and a quarter on the Rolly Mile turf course. I'm going to go with the 4-horse Recovery Run as a top selection. We'll go 4-3-2 in the TriCast trifecta. 4-3-2 TriCast trifecta. Top selection of 4-horse Recovery Run. 2-year-old colt by Nathaniel. Ocean Murphy's on this one for Andrew Balding. The horse's most recent outing came 19th of September up in Scotland at Ayr. A mile in a Class 2 handicap, and he won by a half length, and he did everything right. He stayed the trip well. He was drawn well, quickened up nicely, and all around good effort. Model Quarter is really up in his wheelhouse today. He's drawn very well, and I think he could get a good trip. Also sitting closer to the front end should suit him. 2 back in a Class 4 Nursery handicap at Kempton, mile on the Polytrack, 5th of September. He finished second by a half length, and he just couldn't catch Dingle, who just had the jump on him, but he still ran a terrific race placing there. And then before that, in a Class 5 main race at Sandown, 1 mile August the 7th, he won by a head there, and he was under the drive most of the race, and he was excelling with it. It was a good race. And then before that, his 2 races at Chelmsford and Kempton before that, over the 7 furlong trip. Both those races a little bit too short in trip, but he still ran his heart out there in those places. But he's been getting better with every single race. Group quality horse for the first time, mile and a quarter trip, which he's bred for. At 9-2, I like him a lot, so let's take him. The 3-horse Lone Eagle First Vesta de Sousa. His most 2 recent races have been very nicely run. Another horse going to a mile and a quarter shouldn't be a problem. He's probably going to want a little longer in the future also. Probably a mile and a half should suit him well. At 4-1, definitely use him on your place pots. But to recount my selection for the second, the 145 from Newmarket's to Group 3 Zetland Stakes. Let's take the 4-horse Recovery Run. Also give kudos to the 3-horse Lone Eagle. We'll go 4-3-2 in the TriCast trifecta. 4-3 in the place pot. The third race, the 220. It is the Group 3 Autumn Stakes. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse $62,500, race for 2-year-olds only. We have 10 horses going 1,600 meters, or a mile on the turf course. I'm going to take the number 7 horse here, One Ruler, as a top selection. We'll go 7-9-5 in the TriCast trifecta. 7-9-5 TriCast trifecta. Top selection 7 horse, One Ruler. 2-year-old colt by DeBowie, Godolphin Doan, Charlie Appleby trained, William Buick, who's trying to go for his first riding title, gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 11th of September at Doncaster. 7 furlongs in illicit stakes, and he finished third by 2 1/4 lengths. New Mandate just went off in one clear, very good race. This horse just wasn't getting to him, but he still ran his heart out. It was his best race of lifetime. He stayed the trip well. He quickened up a little bit. I thought he ran a terrific race. Not the world's toughest race again, coming off a very good race behind a very good horse, I think. I think he should get a good trip here today, and I think, wouldn't surprise me if he goes away with it easily. 2 back in a Class 5 main race at Sandown, 7 furlongs August 23rd. He won by 1/2 lengths, and basically he just did everything right and more. He flung away all the other competition, quickened up nicely, could have won by more. That was a very good race there. And before that, the end of July 23rd to be exact, at Sandown, 7 furlongs in Class 5 main race, finished second by 2 3/4 lengths there. He quickened up a little bit that day, but he needed the race for experience. He just never was really comfortable. But coming here back to a mile trip, at 4-1, I think he's a very likely winner. So to recount my selection for the third, the 220 from Newmarket, it's the Group 3 Autumn Stakes. Let's take the 7-horse One Ruler. We'll go 7-9-5 in the TriCast trifecta. The featured 4th race, the 255, it is the Group 1 Dewhurst Stakes. It's a Group 1 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $568,000, race for 2-year-olds here. We have a field of 14 horses going 1,400 meters, or 7 furlongs here. As a top selection, we're going to take the 11-horse St. Mark's Basilica. I'm going to go 11-3-2 in the TriCast trifecta. 11-3-2 TriCast trifecta. Top selection, 11-horse St. Mark's Basilica, which... is that in Rome? I can't remember. I should know this. I did go to Catholic school, but I'm not a very good Catholic. I'm actually don't like religion in general, but I have to look that up. I should have did before this video. But St. Mark's Basilica, the Tyrrell Colt here, Coolmore owned. Ain't O'Brien trains. Frankie Dettori getting them out for Coolmore. The horse's most recent outing came the 13th of September at the Curragh, 7 furlongs in a Group 1 National Stakes. He finished third by 1.5 lengths there, and he was really mowing them down late. He stayed the trip well. He quickened up nicely. I thought it was a good race coming to Group Quality horse for the second time. Before that, in the main race at the Curragh, 6 furlongs, August 22nd, he won by 1.25 lengths there, and he just took off clear. Again, he was just much the best. Had a lot left in the tank. 57 cents a dollar. That's what you want to see coming off of that race. And then before that, in the Group 1 Phoenix Stakes at the Curragh, 6 furlongs, August 9th, he finished 5th by 4.25 lengths there. He was on the drive and just not excelling. You know, I don't know if he got a good handle of the going. I think I like a little bit of a slightly wetter going. Maybe it was too dry there. And then before that, in his debut at the Curragh, 6 furlongs, yielding ground class in a maiden race, he finished second by 2.25 lengths, and he kept going. Wasn't going to catch the winner, but he was still running a good race. Come to the 1,400 meter journey again, or 7 furlong trip, drawing the stand side, which I really like. I think at 15-1 he's very likely winner. We'll use him along with the 3-horse Cadillac. Shane Foley's coming in to ride this horse for Jessica Harrington. The most, all the races in Ireland have been very nicely run. His most recent one, I thought he ran the best race of anybody in this race today. And in the Champions Juvenile Stakes at Leopardstown over the mile trip, 12th of September, he won by 3.5 lengths, and he destroyed the competition. Very good race. Before that, he, on very soft ground at the Curragh, he just couldn't catch Max Schwaney, who just ran that better race. Max Swiney, who just ran that better race. But that most recent race was good. At 10-1 today, definitely use him on your play spots because he can win. Like I said, go watch that Leopardstown performance. But to recount my selection for the 4th, the 255 from Newmarket, it's Group 1 Dewhurst. Let's take the 11-horse St. Mark's Basilica as a top selection. Also give kudos to the 3-horse Cadillac. We'll go 11-3-2 in the TriCast trifecta, 11-3 in the place pot. To the 7th race now, the 450. It is the Group 3 Darley Stakes. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse $62,500. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. 13, a baker's dozen, are going 1,800 meters or a mile and 1/8 on the Rolly Mile turf course. Top selection here, we're going to go with the number 9 horse, who was highest ground. We'll go 9-3-8 in the TriCast trifecta. 9-3-8 TriCast trifecta. Top selection, 9 horse, highest ground. 3-year-old colt by Frankel. Ryan Moore's on this one for Sir Michael Stout. The horse's most recent outing came 9th of July at York, a mile and a quarter in the Group 2 Dante, and he finished second by a nook behind Thunderous. Thunderous just had the jump on him late, but this horse just ran as good as him. He quickened up a lot. He stayed the trip well. It was a good race on demanding ground. Coming back here, not the world's toughest race in the world. Drawn very well. Ryan back on, who knows this horse better than Ocean Murphy. Not to knock him, but I think he should really get a good trip here today. 2 back in a Class 5 novice, a Haydock, a mile 5/16 on good ground, June the 24th. First off, the refreshing, he just had a lot left that day. Winning by 2.25 lengths, he stayed the trip well on the front end, even with the high weight. It was an all-around decent effort. And then before that, as a 2-year-old at Leicester, 7 furlongs in Class 3 main race, he won by 2.25 lengths there. He was drawn very wide that day, but he still stayed the trip well. He's been improving with every single race. Coming here to the 1800, 7-2, let's take him. The 3-horse Mary's Diamond, I'm going to do a very nice small each way on him. This 4-year-old colt by Footstep in the Sand. Sylvester Sousa gets him out for Mark Johnston. His most recent form has been quite crap. That's been against some tougher horses. Coming back to Newmarket, where this horse ran a very good race back in June, his best race lifetime. Back to Newmarket, I think you could get a good race here today. 10-1, we'll use him. My thoughts with him, he's either going to run a massive race or finish way out of it. Use him on the place pot, and like I said, do a very nice little small each way on him. But to recap my selection for the 7th, the 450 from Newmarket, it's the Group 3 Darley Stakes. Let's take the 9-horse highest ground. We'll also give kudos to the 3-horse Mary's Diamond. We'll go 9-3-8 in the TriCast trifecta, 9-3 in the place pot. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.